Good morning. Sustainable innovation and sustainable growth, these two words, these two couple of words, you can say, are the most inspiring words, which are the most relevant words for today's industry. And sustainable innovation and sustainable growth is something which L&T understands since last 75 years. We started with the Industrial Revolution, walked through the IT revolution, walked through the communications revolution, and now we are in the digital and social revolution. And we, L&T, are the builders of India, builders of a nation. Now we are proudly saying that we are not only builders of India, but we are builders of nations worldwide. And during this journey, innovation and continuously upgrading our knowledge and our skills and our technologies has been the key to our successes and to stay relevant in today's business world. Many times, companies which have sustained for so long, sometimes in some years have to keep running to stay at the same place. And sometimes that happens to us also, but we want to leap forward and lead the EPC sector. I am from the EPC contracting sector, and we would like to lead that. L&T is into many businesses, but I am from the EPC sector. So today, I'll be talking about digital transformations for efficiency gains. Efficiency is everything, because unless you make money at the end of the day, no business would be sustainable. And if the business is not sustainable, it cannot bring sustainability to the rest of the world, because employment, upgrading the levels of people, everything depends on employment. And that employment is given by industries which employ a large amount of people like us, the construction industry, where efficiency does matter, because at the end, bottom line has to be there for us to invest into future. Briefly about Larsen & Toubro, established in 1938, so 80 years actually, not 75, 81, by two Danish gentlemen, Mr. Larsen, he was a mechanical engineer, and Mr. Toubro, he was a civil engineer. And they started this engineering and construction company in 1938, which has now grown in market cap to $26 billion. We are a closely held company by majority of government and financial institutions. So to say, to my friends from the public sector here, we are almost a public sector, or rather government company, you can say. And we do a lot of work for government. And infrastructure development is one of them. We have many business verticals: buildings and factories, transportation and infrastructure, heavy infrastructure, power, heavy engineering, defense. We do a lot of work for defense sector, electrical and automation. And we also have subsidiaries where I am from L&T Hydrocarbon Engineering, which is a 100% owned subsidiary of L&T, which runs the EPC business of our company. And today I would also like to highlight IT and technology services, because it is relevant to today's forum. And they do a lot of work even for Dassault. So I have a unique privilege, L&T has a unique privilege of being a customer to Dassault as well as a supplier to Dassault. In today's world, suppliers, collaborators, customers, partners, suppliers, everything is interchangeable. Today I am a customer, tomorrow I might be a supplier to the same organization. So connections and being on top of the connections is very important. And that's where the 3D experience is very, very essential. These are the 5 verticals of EPC, engineering, procurement, and construction industry. We do a lot of work for offshore. We have a major presence in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and UAE, and of course ONGC for India. We do a lot of work for onshore, where IPCL, HPCL, and all the refineries of India. Plus, we have now even gone into new market territories like Algeria. We have construction services business, which does construction for these EPC industries. We have a modular fabrication businesses. Both these are the C of EPC. And then we have engineering services. Our partner, L&T Technology Services, is a separately listed company, but majoritarily held by L&T. And this does a lot of work for the PLM and the engineering sectors. And they have various verticals, including industrial products, medical devices, telecom, consumer electronics, transportation, and process industry. Taking a pause here, this is a fantastic view of recently we have completed 2 tie-in platforms for a mega project in Saudi Aramco. These 2 were built in parallel and then shipped out from our Sohar yard in Oman to Saudi Arabia. What is important that we have tried to connect many of the processes and the aspects digitally. We have started it in a small way, but we are now accelerating, and we really want to connect everything of our value chain. So today I'm going to talk about leveraging digital technologies across the EPC value chain. So what's this digital revolution about? IT and digital. People get confused, I also get confused. So I tried to give myself a different way of addressing what is digital and what is IT. To me, digital is user experience. The user, he wants something, whatever he wants, wherever he wants it, and whenever he wants it, you have to deliver it to the user at that location, at that time, and with the correct content. And tomorrow is now. That is digital. Everything is connected and everything is now. Everything is immediate. User experience is everything. That's how these companies have become the forerunners in digital technologies. Amazon, Netflix, Uber, Ola, Zomato, Swiggy. All these names come to our mind because we use this almost multiple times in a day. Nowadays, even if I want to order a razor, I go to Amazon. I don't go to the shop. So what's it about? It's the user experience. These companies have focused on user needs. Ease of transaction, one window transaction, reduction in cycle time, and value optimization. And this is also very much applicable for us as users to the EPC industry or to the oil and gas industry, whether it is a customer as a user or as a supplier as a user or a contractor as a user or a collaborator as a user. User is user, and if you focus on the user, things will move. Of course, for that you require tools, technology, which has become abundant nowadays. Availability of technology, availability of infrastructure, availability of connected world. That is, internet is like water today in India, available like water. It's free almost. So it's available. So now I can really leverage the digital technologies. 10 years back, I could not think of leveraging digital technologies, even though they were available. So tools are very important. But these 2 components are not enough. What is required is the drive. And what drives us to use these digital technologies is a race to stay ahead, sustainable growth, being the first choice in the minds of the customer. Whenever my customer thinks about any project, they should think about L&T. Sustainable growth. The word is here, though I have not put it, though I took the cue from your, and profitably, of course. Profitability is the major driver. Unless you make profit, nothing works. So bringing digital to brick and mortar industry. Of course, mine is a steel industry. Brick and mortar is my parent company, you can say. L&T is now majorly a construction company, because majority of our bottom line or top line, maybe at least the top line comes from construction, from airports and infrastructure and roads and highways and water projects and all that. We are from the steel and oil and gas industry, but analog industry. We want to make analog to digital. And these are the 3 key drivers of any EPC project, or to that matter, any mega project. Quality, health, safety, delivery on time. We have to make the project live on time. And of course, cost. We have to be within the cost. But do these move in the same direction? Or do they pull in different directions? If I try to improve my quality, cost goes up, time goes up. If I try to optimize time and crush time, maybe quality goes down. the cost goes up. So this is the always ever faced dilemma by any of the project industry, that how do I optimize? How do I achieve all of these? And maybe digital is the solution for that. I want safe, first time right, and on time, and within budget. I want all three. I want to make the and paradigm possible, or is a compromise. And is what we want. We want everything. And that is what is project success. And that's what digital connections, digital thread, and having the whole EPC value chain connected, that's what will bring this and. This is the first, in last few years, I'm not showing all 70 years of history of L&T, but last 2 years maybe, or 3 years. This is the first oil, when the first oil was taken into the plant of KOC GC30, successful, on time, on schedule, commissioning to the satisfaction of the customer. This is like go live for a digital world. It is go live for a EPC project. When I see this flare, that gives me, I'm live now. Okay, so the flare is what it ticks in our heart. This is a project in Oman, which we did 5 months ahead of schedule and got customers early completion bonus. This is the mega project, Hasba. Tie-in platform, 7,500 tons. 0 LTI, 0 punch points, 0 carryovers to the offshore, and fully aligned with customer schedule. This is what wins confidence of customers. And that's how we are listed as the #1 EPC contractor in Middle East magazine, Middle East Oil and Gas Middle East. You can see they have listed 30 contractors in Middle East, and we are at #1, Larsen & Toubro, hydrocarbon engineering. But staying here is the challenge. Reaching #1, many times, many people have touched #1. But staying #1, staying ahead of the curve, being relevant, and doing more with less, with the existing infrastructure, with the existing resources, doing more projects, more value, adding more value is important. And that's where the market challenges come into picture. First of all is the demographics challenge, because the average age of the organization is going on reducing. And the millennial generation, they are not interested. I am with L&T for 34 years. Today's generation thinks that I am mad. How can this fellow stay with this company for so long? Something is wrong with this fellow. Okay, because if somebody stays in an organization for 3 or 4 years, they start considering him to be no good. That is the psyche of the people. But how do you make them stay for more is by giving them challenging assignments. And how do you give them knowledge and the capability? How does a 30-year-old run a $1 billion project? That's where knowledge management comes into picture. Ever compressing schedules, this is another market challenge. Everybody wants everything yesterday. Productivity is a challenge because I can have it yesterday by putting double the number of people and double the number of resources, but will I make money at the end of the day? Uncertainty and volatility, I'll ramp up, I will put resources, invest in big resources, invest in big digital technologies. But if the market tanks, then how do I sustain? So volatility and uncertainty is a big challenge. And of course, digital and social media revolution. We are in the digital and social media revolution. Things are different, and we are from the older generation. So we have also begun discreetly lot of digitalization initiatives over the last 3 years. RFID, connected workmen, work allocation, worker tracking, proactive safety, equipment tracking. So we have connected sensors, IoT, sensors in transport equipments and barges for fuel monitoring and all those things. Okay, real-time progress monitoring, handheld devices, real-time progress monitoring. So but all these are done in pockets as discrete digital initiatives. We require to connect them. We require to get the power of digital, and that I feel can be only by a platform approach. So need of the hour is a platform approach. What will integrate everything? Integration across value chain. That's what will bring agility And that's what will bring optimization. So knowledge management, integration, productivity, synergy, agile escalations. This is very important because you should know that something is going wrong well in advance to address the thing. Because if you know it too late, it's already too late. A lot of water is flown under the bridge, and then you cannot do anything about it. That's no good. So you should know the symptoms of something going wrong well in advance. So agile, not only agility in speed of operations, but even agility of escalations is very, very important. That's what will reduce risks. So these are the processes of any industry: asset management, contracts, project management, research, various processes in a value chain. There are people which run these processes: customers, licensors, collaborators, suppliers, engineers, all those. And then there are technologies or technology providers, the companies, the logos, what you see there: customer logos, supplier logos, technology logos. Dassault logo I have not shown, I have shown it at the center. Because we are trying to use Dassault system to integrate all of these people. So connecting the people, processes, and technologies is the key. Connections is the key. And that's where the chosen platform, what we have chosen is 3DS platform, the 3D experience platform. Like I said, everything is about user experience, and users are not satisfied with 2D. We want 3D, and maybe 4D, and maybe 5D. And since we want 5D, our project of implementing this technology as a platform is called Epsilon. Epsilon is 5, the fifth alphabet. Okay, it is 5. Flow of electrical energy in a substance, permittivity, symbol for permittivity. And it is trying to integrate 5 aspects of a project: safety and people, quality, delivery and schedule, cost, and information, I. So this is the Epsilon. So we have also made a navigator similar to the 3DS platform compass. You have a compass, we have a navigator. So we call it Epsilon Navigator. So what we want to do with the 3D experience platform, we want to start with project planning and monitoring and connect all the project planning and monitoring to 3D. So multi-D modeling, visualizations, simulations. Even the progress updates, what happen from the field, should actually get plugged into the 3D model. And I should be able to visualize in the 3D model that this particular sub-assembly is over, completed. Or this particular sub-assembly, only this part is balanced. So that is red. And then we have dashboards and report for agile escalations. A sample of a 3D visualization view inside the plant. So the green ones are where the allocation, work front availability is good. Okay, the full is 100%, is that blue line. Everything is available in that line. And I can really go, this is not progress, this is availability of items to do the work. Similarly, you can have a progress view. A partial is only 30% to 60% items are available. You should decide whether you start on this or no. And poor and nil is where something is not available. So this is an example of a 3D view. And it also gives you the accelerators, 3DS accelerators, aggregation, social collaboration, search and navigation, experience in 3D, of course. You see the model there is of ONGC Cluster 8 platform, what you see in the number 4. Organize, manage, share files anytime and anywhere. And, of course, the roles, applications, services, all at one click. And the bottom line is mobility. Unless we go to Swiggy, unless we go to Amazon in our EPC industry, our users will not be satisfied, because at home they use a mobile app, and in work they use a big monitor in front of that they sit and type something. That's no good. So coming to, this is the familiar spiral of 3DS project. People who are users of 3DS platform would know this spiral. They plan, the project is planned with this spiral The first step is project information and intelligence. Second is the project view in 360. Then is the 4D, adding the time dimension to the 3D. Then collaboration. And then project optimization. After you see this collaboration and 4D visualization, you might want to do changes and take action and see how it reflects in the 3D. That's how it is. So ultimately what we want to achieve with all this is to deliver on time, every time, and within budget. So ensuring safety and quality, optimizing and assuring the schedule, accelerating decision making, minimizing waste, and last and not the least, knowledge reuse, because that's where the capability building and empowering the younger generation to be able to handle much bigger projects. At the age of 30, he should be able to handle a $1 billion project as a project manager, while today maybe our normally age will be 45 or so. So that's what, because of the knowledge gathered is not, it resides in the minds of people, while if it is on the platform and it is shareable and accessible easily, that's what will give us the real advantage of any digital system. So thank you very much.